Heinrich at the White House.
Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, went on Hannity last night and gave us some pretty good clues. He said that the U.S. is very close to achieving the objectives that the president set out at the start of this war. That includes destroying Iran's air force, its navy, its missile launchers, and its defense industrial base that builds its weapons. And he said that that has moved ahead of schedule and the finish line is in sight. But importantly, he also revealed that Iran in these negotiations is refusing to hand over its stockpile of enriched uranium.
This morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, President Trump plans to be the first sitting president to attend oral arguments at the Supreme Court.
The case involves whether the Trump administration can restrict birthright citizenship. The 9 justices will hear arguments about an executive order the president signed on his first day back in office, seeking to deny federal benefits such as passports to children born in the U.S. to illegal immigrants. The order was blocked by several judges who ruled that the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to almost everyone born in the U.S. Now it heads to the High Court.
Fox's Mike Emanuel in D.C. Iraqi government security forces are looking for a kidnapped American journalist.
Freelance journalist Shelley Kittleson was abducted on Tuesday evening in Iraq's capital, Baghdad. Security forces gave chase with one of the kidnappers' cars overturning, leading to the arrest of a suspect. A State Department official says the detainee was someone with ties to an Iran-aligned militia. It's understood Kittleson had been warned by the U.S. government of threats against her, including as late as Monday night.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. War Secretary Pete Hegseth lifts the Army's suspension for helicopter pilots who hovered near rapper Kid Rock's house in Tennessee while he saluted and waved. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Man accused of murdering a healthcare CEO in New York City is back in federal court today.
Luigi Mangione will be seated with his lawyers at a status conference. The discussion will likely center around the scheduling of his trials. At the moment, the federal trial is set to begin September 8th. Mangione's defense has requested that trial on 2 stalking charges be pushed back to January 2027. If that delay is granted, it could open the door for a delay for Mangione's state trial, in which he faces a murder charge as well as weapons possession. The New York trial is set to begin this June, 3 months before the federal case. It's unclear if a decision will be made today. In New York, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
A tugboat captain from Miami is charged with manslaughter for the death of 3 girls from a sailing camp last July. Federal prosecutors say Yusil Lopez Insuna did not have a clear view or a lookout as he pushed a barge full of construction debris that hit a sailboat. The girls who died were 7, 10, and 13. A counselor and 2 other girls dragged under the barge escaped. The IRS says more than 4 million children have been signed up for the Trump Accounts saving program.
The Treasury Department will deposit an initial $1,000 into the fund for each child enrolled. Plus, the child's parents, family, and friends can contribute up to $5,000 a year till the child reaches the age of 18. The program funded by the Big Beautiful Bill and donations by philanthropists. The Treasury estimates that if fully funded, each child's account could reach as much as $1.9 million in value by the age of 28. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
There's a severe weather threat today for more than 52 million people in the forecast across parts of the Plains, Midwest, Ohio Valley, and the Mid-Atlantic. Several days of storms expected to last through the weekend could lead to flash flooding. Ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street, stocks higher. Dow futures up 374. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is an April Fool's Wednesday, 2026. This is News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Frank Cruz, and we have AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Going to continue serving up heat for several days. And it is no April Fool's joke. He's still promising a cool front Saturday night to Sunday. Maybe throttle things back about 20 degrees between both days. So we'll talk about that coming up at 7:08. A McAllen police officer is recovering after being stabbed in the hand on Monday. Investigators say that Officer Francisco Castillo was called to East J Avenue about 9:30 p.m. on Monday. 42-year-old Peter Harris of McAllen allegedly stabbed Officer Castillo in the hand and leading Castillo to shoot Harris twice. Harris was hospitalized and Officer Castillo was treated and released. Put it on your calendar for tomorrow between 10 in the morning and 12:30 p.m. Your smartphone might be sounding an alarm. The Texas Department of Emergency Management has scheduled a statewide exercise to test the effectiveness and the functionality of local alert notifications. We got Hidalgo and Cameron County participating in that statewide test. Well, last night at midnight, the school choice voucher program officially closed its application process.
U.S. District Judge Alfred Bennett has rejected the latest attempt to keep the school voucher application process open. He had temporarily extended it from March 17th through the 31st to allow for legal action against the program. 3 private Muslim schools had filed a discrimination suit since no Muslim schools had been accepted. Since then, interim comptroller Kelly Hancock accepted 4 Muslim schools, clearing a path to allow the Education Freedom Accounts program to proceed. The judge expects the discrimination lawsuit to continue. It's set to begin on April 24th. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Companies drilling for oil off the Texas coast, also the Louisiana coast, will not have to comply with regulations that are part of an endangered species law.
The Trump administration is waiving those regulations. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. needs a reliable supply of oil, and those environmental rules are getting in the way.
In January, well before Operation Epic Fury, the Department of the Interior notified the Department of War about ongoing Endangered Species Act litigation that threatened to halt oil and gas production in the Gulf of America.
The decision was made by the Endangered Species Committee, which last met in 1992.
An interesting note on the pharmaceutical front, something that might benefit individuals suffering from PTSD, like veterans. The state of Texas plans to start a research program into a psychedelic drug called ibogaine. And it has the support even of Dan Patrick, for example, the Texas House Speaker, Dustin Burrows, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick announcing the $50 million program yesterday. They say that Texas could not find a drug company to help develop ibogaine into a pharmaceutical that would win FDA approval. So lawmakers in Texas wanted companies to set up a corporate presence in Texas, match the state's $50 million investment, and agree to give Texas 20% of the revenue from the sales of this ibogaine drug. It reportedly helps some veterans that suffer from traumatic brain injury. At 7:08, it is AccuWeather time, and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. And before that, let me say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Ranch. Feed, fencing, and more. Martin Farm and Ranch has you covered. Purina Feed and Fencing Supplies. Stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. Jason Caterina, meteorologist from AccuWeather, joining us. And I suspect you're going to augment the conversation related to the weekend cold front. So what's the story right now for Saturday night, Sunday?
Still looking like the front's going to come through for us. Still hot Saturday. Saturday night, we'll get some periods of rain and a thunderstorm with the front moving through. And a couple of lingering showers into the day on Sunday and Sunday night, even into Monday morning. But temperatures should scale back quite a bit for us from Saturday into the day on Sunday, from near 90 on Saturday to near 70 on Sunday.
Okay. The write-up had temperatures. Let me go back. Right
Mid upper 80, upper 80s to mid 90s today, tomorrow, Friday, near 90 Saturday, and then
Sunday's the one I'm looking at.
yeah,
Okay.
upper 60s to mid 70s.
Got it. Good. So that means probably temperatures Sunday night to Monday still calling for what, like in the 50s, nice and cold?
Yeah, still in the mid and upper 50s.
Yeah, that's good. How does weather change for Texas, especially travel going up to central Texas, the San Antonio area and other places like that when the cold front, I guess, arrives Friday, Saturday, right? Anything really interesting up there?
Yeah, Houston getting a couple of showers and a thunderstorm tomorrow. Friday, a thunderstorm in spots. Saturday, they'll get periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Occasional rain and a thunderstorm Sunday as well. Their temperature falls off. Let's see. They're not even all that warm the next couple of days. They're only near 80 the next couple of days, down into low 70s as we head into the weekend. That's Houston. Yeah, it's Houston.
Yeah.
Dallas, couple of showers and a thunderstorm tomorrow. Friday, gusty thunderstorm in the afternoon. Friday night, rain, some heavy and a thunderstorm. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm Saturday morning. So the front comes through there later Friday, early Saturday, and then San Antonio, that would be thunderstorm in parts of the area Friday.
All that reference to rain up there.
Yeah.
What do you say, pal? Saturday night, Sunday?
For us, it looks like Saturday night we'll get some periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Couple of showers Sunday night, and in the Monday morning.
All right. You're accurate with the forecast mid-90s today, mid-90s tomorrow, and watch the forecast Saturday into Sunday with that cold front, and I'm hoping somebody gets some rain. Today we celebrate walking. It's walking day. So go to the park and get your 10,000 steps in today. Passover begins today. We celebrate the penny. They no longer make the penny. So do you still take the time to, like, you see it on the parking lot, go get one? Pick it up?
Listen, I'll always snatch up a coin that's on the ground.
Free money. All right, pal. We'll check with you next time. Watch your back, though. Watch your back. Anybody playing an April Fool's joke on you today. So be careful. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. I wrote down a couple, Freddie, that would be easy for you today. On YouTube, there's a broken, how all the flat screen televisions, right? And they all access the internet. YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, find yourself the broken screen video. It looks like somebody whacked the TV with a bat and everything just went all over the place, like scrambled color.
That
everywhere.
seems harmless enough. Like nobody's going to get hurt. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you hope so, right?
Right.
Unless, a kid gets mad. So, somebody broke the TV and actually hits the TV because he thinks it's already broken. That could be expensive. Although considering the price of flat screens, it's really not that expensive. What is flat screens like? The big ones running today, like 170, $200?
Depends on what size.
Well,
right?
you get the Whopper size. It's several hundred.
They're getting cheaper.
Yeah, they are. Let's see here. Fake snakes in the shower tub or kitchen drawer. No, that's not a good idea. Probably have a heart attack. And here's a good one. Pour some food color drops in milk, like black, right? Or orange or green, something like that, right? Put some food color in there and watch the reaction of the kids when they pour the milk to eat their cereal. Check the time on that, Freddie, in case we need to. Right? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Check the length. Yeah? You good? All right. What do you want, a minute? Okay, 7:14 on News Talk 710 KURV. You've heard plenty of the big changes to the food stamp program in the state of Texas. Yeah, big changes to food stamp. But there's also a push to root out waste and fraud.
This week's ban on sugary sweet sodas and candy is just the start. There's also a push to crack down on food stamp fraud. President Trump's Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins says there is so much they're uncovering.
We've found 186,000 dead people's Social Security numbers being used.
She says that Texas and other states have until next year to bring their SNAP error rate below 6%. Right now it's at 8%. And if we don't, it could cost taxpayers up to $773 million.
That's Michael Board with that report. Time is 7:15. This is News Talk 710 KURV. 7 o'clock hour. Producer Freddie will catapult the program on 710 KURV YouTube and Facebook and X Live. If you want to find us there, do a quick rewind. Radio Para Mi is also where you can find us. Up next on the Valley's Morning News, one of the founders of DHR Health, avant-garde medicine in South Texas. We're doing an economic update with them. So I understand that DHR Health is flexing a new research relationship with the Cougars, University of Houston. That and other news next on 710 KURV.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
If your mom or dad or a loved one, they need help at home, daily tasks like bathing, dressing, cooking, some house chores. Healthcare Unlimited helped me with my mom and dad. Healthcare Unlimited has been serving South Texas families since 1990 and is proud to be the highest quality rated home care agency in this entire region. Their trained attendants help clients stay safe and comfortable and independent where they want to be, at home. And if your family needs support, please call Healthcare Unlimited today. A little help at home can make a huge difference.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Catch up with today's headlines and discuss today's headlines on the 956 Drive Home with Zach Cantu. Later this afternoon at 4 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potami app.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in the Valley for the NCAA Men's Final Four and the championship game. That would be this weekend. Saturday, then, of course, the championship game on Monday, right here on 710 KUR. Economic update, and we are joined by our Avant-Garde Medical Institution for South Texas. That would be my family over at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance, DHR Health, and one of the founders and top leaders of DHR Health is my friend, Dr. Carlos Cardenas. And we have a few items we need to bring to the plate. I want to start, my friend, with some of the top accolades for 2025. I remember I had Julian Alvarez in the studio. We went long with an interview on how DHR Health had been awarded by Texas Workforce Large Employer of the Year. I think that was the second time you guys won. So about that, patient care, give me some of the accolades for 2025 at DHR Health.
Really, really proud of the Workforce Commission award as a largest employer. We were up against a lot of other employers in the state, obviously. So it was a big, real great feather in our cap. And I think it speaks to our commitment to wanting to grow workforce here in the Rio Grande Valley. And here at DHR, we're 6,000 plus strong. And so we've been doing our share to try to increase workforce in our area, and it helps us to bring care and the level of medical care people expect from us here in the Rio Grande Valley, and certainly a long way from where we were when you and I were growing up, Serge. And I think we've been able to have a front seat to that transformation. And like I've said before, it's not just about living in a vacuum, just working at the bedside, but at the greater community at large, and that is creating workforce solutions for our community. And so it was great to have that accolade. Other things I think we're really proud of this last year is we were Leapfrog A, which speaks to patient safety. And we had an A grade both in spring and fall. And we're looking forward to a repeat performance this year. But in 25, that was another great accolade, I think, for us. In addition, Premier Hospitals, the Premier Group, which is a national group, ranked us in the top 20 teaching hospitals in the United States, which put us in the top 100 hospitals nationwide. And we went to Washington, D.C. To participate in that ceremony. It was another bright spot for us, I think, in 25.
It's amazing how things have changed in 20 plus years, 25 years. How old is DHR as an institution, brother? Now, how old are you?
Well, if we go back to when we were founded and opened, we opened our doors in 1997 as a day surgery center. and then grew into a hospital in 2003. So from 2003 to this year, we'll be in our 23rd year. And that's just, again, to me, feels like a flash.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say we're probably approaching 30 years. I go back to the early clinic days, the day surgery days, and doing all those remotes there with you, with Davis and everybody else back in 97. And yeah, blink an eye and all this time passes by. Man, I recall you and many other folks on the front lines of tort reform back in the days of Bill Summers and legislative session back in, what was it, like 2001, I believe.
Yes.
The evolution of medicine in South Texas. Well, I would credit DHR Health and the equipment, the specialists, the expanded facilities, all the other facilities, which of late include the Brownsville Hospital now that is increasing in size as well. But I would credit the fact that y'all made decisions locally and brought down equipment and specialists and created that competition and forced competition here, and it arrived just in time because back then, late 90s, I think many of us dreamt of the amazing economic prosperity and expansion that's taking place in the Valley right now, and Lord knows we need it. We need all the advanced medical equipment and medicine and specialties now as this market continues to grow. And I guess I don't know how to rate it, but I'm sure we're getting very close to the potential, the capacity of a market like San Antonio, the way we're growing. I can see that happening in our lifetime. And I would credit the gang at DHR Health, the leadership, for bringing all that medicine down here and medical equipment. Dr. Carlos Cardenas, one of the founders for DHR Health, we're doing a status report, economic update for 2025, looking ahead to 2026. Stark County is in your sight. So tell me about some of the work in Stark County.
So in Stark County, we've had an outreach going on there for some time, and in this last year, we opened a facility there and broke ground on a facility there that will house a medical laboratory and expand that service line, increasing a multi-specialty clinic there that will bring cardiology and gastroenterology. We're going there and have been going there for some time, and a clinical research center that will help the folks in Stark County to access clinical trials. So bringing that to them, and also a facility as part of that expansion. And what we've done in Stark County is to develop a primary care graduate medical education program, basically training the future physicians and hopefully physicians who want to continue to work in rural Texas and in Stark County in particular would be great as well. With residents hopefully starting in internal medicine and in family practice, and their track there in Stark County and housed there in Stark County.
Dr. Carlos Cardenas from DHR Health. We're reviewing 2025, looking forward to 2026. And you were telling me off air of potential work with the University of Houston and some research. Tell me about that.
Right. So we've received a state grant, and we hope to be breaking ground this next year here on campus, working with the University of Houston and ourselves, facility here that will help to address the local problems that we have, the prevalence of diabetes in our community and all of the problems that come with it, and other clinical and research programs and protocols that are focused on our population here in the Rio Grande Valley. And we're doing that in concert with the University of Houston School of Medicine.
Nice, very nice, which will, again, as far as brick and mortar, that's what, a new building, right? A new education center that's coming up?
Yes, it'll be a new research facility.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how big it might be, what the economic impact of it is, or
it's going to be it's a $15 million grant. The specifics on the size of the facility, I think at the present time, elude me.
That's all right. That's all right. But we're looking forward to it. Again, it would probably move dirt like this year, right? Be available in a couple years.
Yes, that's our hope that we'll be able to break ground this year.
We know that there's one mammoth project that I'm guessing, it's been a few days since I've gone by that portion of Jackson, but that big behavioral hospital that's located just inside the city limits of FAR. Tell me about that big hospital for DHR.
Sure. This facility is our behavioral hospital that it's a unique project in that when we broke ground on it, we had the groundbreaking. It was unique because it's a example of again a public-private initiative, with the public side of that being the city of FAR, the state of Texas, and then ourselves on the private side coming together to fill a void and a need in our community. What we're looking at is a state-of-the-art behavioral health facility that'll have probably 100 state beds and 94 private beds as part of its facility. And we're scheduled, looks like we're on track to open September the 1st of 2026.
All right, but it seems pretty fast. It must be already erected then. I guess they're filling out all the spaces if they're going to be populating that facility here pretty soon. The Brownsville market with that DHR hospital and the expansion there, you want to kind of recap top of mind what you know there, because it's perfectly positioned with the engine of the economy in the valley, which is the Port of Brownsville and everything at SpaceX. We need a lot more doctors' offices, hospital space, and all that in Brownsville. What is DHR doing in Brownsville?
So at the present time, we are the city of Brownsville came together with us. Again, another example of a private public partnership. They stepped up to provide some funding to help us to do an expansion to bring the ability to do some invasive cardiology with a cardiac cath lab and expansion in our operating rooms and in our ability to deliver more specialty care in Brownsville in that facility. And we're continuing to watch Brownsville grow. Yeah. I myself go to Brownsville every week. I'm on my clinic rotation. I'm there on Thursdays and truly enjoy spending time in the city of Brownsville and caring for patients in that end of the Rio Grande Valley.
Don't mean to put you on the spot, but maybe you got this figure in your head. Musclemental's ballpark figure. How many folks are on the payroll at DHR? Because, man, it's amazing how many thousands of people you now employ there at DHR Health.
So we're upwards of 6,000.
My goodness. Likely to grow at a good clip, right? A good cadence here in the near future.
I've always told everybody we're just getting started.
Yeah. And of course, the synergy between DHR Health and local education and creating that pipeline to get our kids, our wetkos, our nurses to fill up those jobs at DHR Health. I do need to mention that in this year, and I'm glad we're able to catch up with DHR Health now. I do need to mention that in this year, we also lost a giant, one of the founders, a close friend to the station, to many of us. A giant in so many ways. In medicine, he was one of the founders of DHR Health, like Dr. Carlos Cardenas, and a giant in philanthropy, just a big heart, Dr. Lawrence Gelman. And I don't know how you guys are going to do it. We'll probably be naming like a wing or a hospital, a building, something for Dr. Lawrence Gelman. So you keep me posted on that special day, whatever you guys do there at DHR Health. Good to talk to you again, Carlos. Will do. Thank you, Serge. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Dr. Carlos Cardenas from DHR Health. Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. A Texas note: some conservatives went to the CPAC convention in North Texas this past weekend, so MAGA gave its support. The Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton at the CPAC convention up in North Texas. Chris Fox has more on the GOP Senate runoff and a straw poll that was taken at CPAC. Got some audio for you, Freddie. On the GOP Senate runoff and a straw poll that was taken at CPAC. Okay, let's turn this on. Sorry about that, Freddie. Open up the wrong page over here. Hang on, Freddie. Hang on. I got it. 3, 2, 1.
Both Cornyn and Paxton were invited to attend the Conservative Political Action Conference in Dallas this weekend, but Paxton was the only one to show, and he played it up during his Friday night speech.
Really, I've walked all around this place, and I cannot find this guy. So has anybody seen John Cornyn here?
Paxton made his case for Senate to those generally considered to be his base.
We need a senator in Texas that acts more like Ted Cruz than John Cornyn.
And the straw poll reflected this. Paxton got 67% support to Cornyn's 21%. Cornyn took to social media questioning Paxton's ethics, saying his wealth has increased 7,000% since being elected to office in 2003. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
This weekend is Easter weekend, and a record amount of money will likely be spent for Easter weekend.
The National Retail Federation says Americans are expected to spend $24.9 billion on Easter this year. The bulk of the spending will be on candy and food, followed by gifts, decorations, clothing, flowers, and cards. That amounts to nearly $200 per person. I'm Mark Mayfield.
News Talk 710 KURV is your station for Houston Astros baseball. It's a day game today. They're off tomorrow. Next broadcast for the Astros will be Friday, 8:10 broadcast. They're playing the A's on Friday. Astros baseball on 710 KURV, a service of Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. They won big last night. We got some highlights next on 710 KURV.
My name is Sergio Sanchez. I'm a Republican candidate for House District 41. You need to come back and vote for the Republican runoff. The election is May the 18th through the 22nd and May the 26th. I represent your conservative values, fight for the unborn child, protect our Second Amendment rights. I'm going to cut property taxes by half by eliminating the school tax. My message is in line with the governor's plan. Lower the franchise tax, which helps all small businesses. The district deserves a consistent, principled, conservative fighter. This ad paid for by the Sergio Sanchez campaign.
An invitation from the gang at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. This is the top commercial roofer in this entire region. And in fact, they have footprints, major projects, expert created roofing systems nationwide. Chamberlain Roofing has almost 130 years under their belt. It's a culture of excellence when it comes to actually the construction of those commercial roofing systems, but also a culture of safety, making sure that their people are certified in multiple different certifications when it comes to safety training. Trust them to see if everything's okay with your commercial roofing system, and don't worry about swiping the credit card or anything else. Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing, that's how they meet new clients, is by sending their expert crews up there that are trained in safety, of course, highly trained in safety. Get them out there, go see if everything's okay. If it is, then they'll tell you, call them back in a couple of years, something like that. But get it checked. This is one of those systems that when your roofing system fails, it will shut you down for weeks, maybe months to try to plug that leak. So do it now that everything can be checked, and checked for free by the expert eyes that know what to look for. It's Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Cutting-edge roof installation, advanced waterproofing solutions. Call or text 956-655-6178.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Dana Lash Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potami app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Astros pounded the Boston Red Sox last night, final score 9-2. Houston got the hot start as Yordan Alvarez used a double to score Jeremy Pena in the first. Then with the Astros up 3-1, Joey Loperfido and Carlos Correa had RBI singles in the 5th and 6th to go with home runs from Alvarez and Cam Smith, extending the lead to 9-2, which would be the final score. First pitch of Game 3 between Houston and Boston is set for 1:10, coverage on Space City Home Network. The Texas Rangers started things off last night with an 8-5 victory over the Baltimore Orioles, which sets up the sweep opportunity today. Offensive power carried the Rangers to their fourth straight win last night as Danny Jansen, Ezekiel Duran, and Corey Seager all went yard in the 8-5 victory. First pitch of Game 3 between the Rangers and Orioles is set for 11:35 today. Nathan Eovaldi to start for Texas with coverage on Rangers Sports Network. The Dallas Mavericks had no answer for Milwaukee's offense as the Bucks got the strong win last night 123-99. Next, the Mavs return home to host the Orlando Magic Friday night tip-off set for 7:30 with coverage on KFAA 29. The Houston Rockets used a large lead early on to take care of the New York Knicks last night, final score 111-94. The win marks 3 straight for the Rockets as they're now tied with the Minnesota Timberwolves for 5th in the West standings. Next, the Rockets stay at home to host the Milwaukee Bucks, tip-off set for 7 tonight with coverage on Space City Home Network. Lastly, the Dallas Stars had a rough night in Boston as the Bruins took care of the Stars last night, final score 6-3. The rough patch goes on for Dallas, but luckily they return home to host the Winnipeg Jets, a team that has yet to defeat the Stars. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says highs today, like yesterday, mid-90s. Tomorrow, mid-90s. Friday, mid-90s. Saturday, we're hoping to keep temperatures in the 80s with some clouds. Cold front Saturday night to Sunday. Easter Sunday the highs should be upper 60s and low 70s. Sunday night, likely in the 50s across the valley. Yeah, it's a real deal cold front, cool front. Let's see if any rain heads this way for Saturday or Sunday. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Again, all these are wait times coming back to the U.S. from the Reynosa area, 45 minutes at Hidalgo and San Luis at an hour, and about 10 minutes at the Far Bridge if you want to use that. And headed back to Brownsville, it's an hour and a half at B&M, hour and a half at Gateway, 30 minutes at Veterans. Business News Check of Your Money. That's next on 710 KURV. The Valley's Morning News is also broadcasting at Radio Para Mi, the free app. Go get it at the App Store. Radio Para Mi, listen to 710 KURV. Let's say you need to move from the area quick. Yeah, life happens. It's a job or a family member that you need to, some family situation. You got to move quick. That's all you know. You got to go. And you want to sell your house, get that capital. Yeah, put all that money in the bank, but man, you just can't stick around. You got to go. That's why you need to call the Ryan and Brian real estate team. If you need to sell your home quickly, you need to call the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Abel did to sell his home in Edinburgh. Jessica, the agent at the Ryan and Brian real estate team, assured him that there were several options. For example, a cash offer with the Ryan and Brian team. There's a cash offer. Sell your home with no wait time, no showings, no expensive repairs. If you got to brush things up, you know how things are. Or you could list your house the traditional way as well. The Ryan and Brian real estate team, they guarantee that they can sell anyone's home at a price and deadline agreed to beforehand. If they do not sell that home's still in the market, presto, they'll buy it themselves. So yes, Abel needed to have a high sense of, with a high sense of urgency. There was no need to panic because he realized that he was working with the top team in the area. The Ryan and Brian real estate team fired up their aggressive and successful marketing system and brought in the buyers needed on his timetable. This could be you, amigo. His home sold for top dollar. Call the Ryan and Brian real estate team at 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison.
I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Videos on social media show Baidu's Apollo Go robotaxis reportedly stopping mid-traffic, trapping passengers and causing highway collisions on the streets of the Chinese city of Wuhan yesterday. Chinese search giant Baidu has not publicly responded. Oil prices have dropped and are down by more than 2% as President Trump reveals that he believes the U.S. can end its military campaign against Iran in the next 2 to 3 weeks. West Texas Intermediate is checking in at roughly $99 per barrel. Brent is currently down to $101. The Mortgage Bankers Association reports that the average interest rate for 30-year mortgages increased to 6.57% from 6.43%. Refinance demand dropped 17% for the week. Mortgage demand from buyers is dropping close to where it was 1 year ago. Futures are higher. Tuesday, the Dow Industrials gained 1125. The NASDAQ up 795. The S&P 500 up 184. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today, mid-90s, same thing tomorrow. We're hoping for a cold front on Saturday night to Sunday morning. Easter Sunday, temperatures might stay in the upper 60s for highs, upper 60s, low 70s, and next chance of rain would be sometime Saturday night into Sunday. Your station for AccuWeather is News Talk 710 KURV. A McAllen police officer stabbed in the hand by a suspect that he was trying to detain. Update to this, that's coming up in about 3 minutes on the Valley's Morning News.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Get it done for your immediate family's sake. I know you love them. And at that time when the Lord says it's time to clock out, that's it. Just come on home, kid. Well, at that time, it's the immediate family that is having to absorb all the stress, the separation, the loneliness, all those things. What you can do is pre-plan and prepay. That is a very loving thing to do for your immediate family. My mom and dad did this for me, and that's why I am very proud to speak on behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb. It is the McCaleb Funeral Home clan, as I lovingly say, from Weslaco, 60 plus years. They have a very special way of remembering beautiful lives when they bring all the family members together. But for you today, or maybe a loved one who might be in that season that is quickly approaching, there's hospice issues, things like that. Pre-plan, prepay the event. It is a major event, the funeral gathering. Lots of decisions that need to be made. No squabbling, please. No fighting over this, that, or the other. Just make the decisions now. Put it on record. Prepay, presto. All that stress monkey off the family's back. They just come together, love each other. I think it's a good idea. Again, my mom and dad did this for me, and you should consider this for your family. 956-650-2841. That is Carla McCaleb's personal cell number. Call or text her for an appointment. They go to where you are. 956-650-2841.
It's Ram Truck Month. Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 for only $595 a month. Plus, get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty at Payne Rio in Rio Grande City, Ed Payne Motors in Weslaco, Payne Alice, and Payne Edinburgh. Your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealers in the Rio Grande Valley and throughout southern Texas.
Locate to get us regardless.
Bumper-to-bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's the pulse of the 956. It is News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News Radio for South Texas. It's an April 1st, April Fool's edition. So, yeah, watch your back at the office. All the pranksters that might be targeting you today. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina, joining us and keeping the weather the same for the next 2-3 days. Cold front on the way, though, for Saturday night, Sunday morning. That's no April Fool's. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump becomes the first ever sitting president to listen to arguments at the U.S. Supreme Court.
The issue before the Supreme Court is whether President Trump's executive order that seeks to end birthright citizenship is legal or not. Lower courts have ruled that the action violates or likely violates the 14th Amendment.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. It begins at 10 a.m. Eastern. The president rounds out his day by delivering a speech to the nation about the conflict in Iran. That begins at 9 p.m. Eastern. The president ramps up the pressure on our allies, telling the UK's Telegraph
he's strongly considering pulling out of the alliance. I was never swayed by NATO. I always knew they were a paper tiger, and Putin knows that too, by the way.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich of the White House. The president upset over some NATO nations limiting U.S. military's access to their airspace and bases. America's listening to Fox News.
Producer Freddie tells me we will be carrying the president's speech update on the Iran war. 8 o'clock, right, Freddie? 8 o'clock our time, right here on 710 KURV and online at Radio Para Mi, the free app, 710 KURV. A McAllen police officer recovering from a pretty bad injury. McAllen police officer recovering after being stabbed in the hand on Monday night. Investigators saying that Officer Francisco Castillo went to East J Avenue about 9:30 p.m. and 42-year-old Peter Harris allegedly stabbed Officer Castillo in the hand, leading Castillo to shoot Harris twice. Harris wound up in the hospital. Castillo was treated and released. Companies drilling for oil off the coast of Texas and Louisiana will not have to comply with regulations that are part of an Endangered Species Act.
The Trump administration is waiving those regulations. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. needs a reliable supply of oil, and those environmental rules are getting in the way.
In January, well before Operation Epic Fury, the Department of the Interior notified the Department of War about ongoing Endangered Species Act litigation that threatened to halt oil and gas production in the Gulf of America.
The decision was made by the Endangered Species Committee, which last met in 1992.
President Trump's attempt to end federal funding for NPR and PBS hits the pause button, blocked by a federal judge for now.
In a ruling issued Tuesday, the judge called Trump's executive order unlawful and unenforceable. Trump's executive order said neither entity presents a fair, accurate, or unbiased portrayal of current events to tax-paying citizens. Ruling said Trump's action singles out two speakers and, on the basis of their speech, bars them from federally funded programs. The judge added the First Amendment does not tolerate viewpoint discrimination and retaliation of this type.
Wait, don't tell me.
I'm Michael Kastner.
And the U.S. is sending another aircraft carrier to the Middle East, the USS George H.W. Bush, and all its accompanying ships. Should get there in a couple of weeks. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Hope you can find us at Radio Para Mi, the free app. Listen on your smartphone. 710 KURV is at Radio Para Mi. Big special at all El Pato restaurants all across South Texas. The big special. It's a spicy, really spicy special. A beautiful green tomatillo sauce. It's so delicious. I like spicy tomatillo sauce. So it's spicy chicken enchiladas with a beautiful melted white cheese, the rice, the Mexican rice, the charro beans or the refried beans, your choice, and the drink. An amazing $6.99. That is a lot of food at all El Pato restaurants. You're hungry right now? The best thing to do would be to either go to elpato.com. If you're not driving, I know most of y'all are at this hour. That's where you're listening to KURV. But you can phone it in. Ask Siri or your phone assistant to give you the phone number for the closest El Pato. Call it in and pick up a bag full of breakfast tacos, breakfast patos, as we call them at El Pato. made fresh, flour tortillas off the skillet, egg and chorizo, egg and cheese, egg and potato, ham or bacon, you name it. Even barbacoa, if that's what you're hungry for right now, with some red salsita. Don't forget the refried beans. Ooh, amarran. Ooh, it's so good when you put some refried beans in there. Yeah, breakfast tacos, breakfast patos waiting for you right now. And of course, the Lent specials come to an end this Friday. Enjoy the nopalitos, the salmon patties, the fish tacos this coming Friday for the final Lent special. It's your mama's recipe. It's abuelita's recipes. It's our food in South Texas. It is so delicious. It smells so good. It tastes so good. It's El Pato.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478